Once upon a time there lived a poor woodcutter and his two children, Hansel and Gretel. Their stepmother was a cruel woman who always complained that there wasn't enough food for everyone. One night, after Hansel and Gretel had gone to bed, their stepmother said to their father, "We cannot feed them any more. Tomorrow we will take them deep into the forest and leave them there." The poor woodcutter was heartbroken, but she kept on arguing until he finally agreed. Hansel, who wasn't asleep, overheard everything. When the house became quiet, he turned to Gretel and said softly, "Don't worry, little sister. I'll find a way for us to get back home." Then Hansel quietly opened the window and slipped outside. The moonlight made the white pebbles on the ground sparkle like stars. He filled his pockets with as many as he could carry, then climbed back through the window and gently closed it so no one would hear. The next day, their parents led Hansel and Gretel deep into the forest. As they walked, Hansel kept turning around and dropped one pebble at a time, leaving a shining trail behind them. After some time, their parents made a fire and told them to wait there. But when Hansel and Gretel woke up after falling asleep, their parents were gone. When the moon rose that night, the pebbles glowed like tiny stars. Hand in hand, the children followed the trail all the way back home. Their father was happy to see them, but their stepmother grew angry. A few days later, the cruel woman said, "There's still not enough food. We must take them deeper into the forest." That night, Hansel waited until everyone was asleep again. He whispered to Gretel, "I'll go and collect more pebbles." Just like last time, he quietly crept to the window and started to climb outside, but the stepmother, who had been watching, saw him. "So that's how you found your way back?" She shouted angrily, before Hansel could pick up even one pebble. She slammed the window shut and locked it tight, then locked the door too, so neither Hansel nor Gretel could go outside again. The next morning, she gave them a small piece of bread each. Hansel broke his piece into crumbs and dropped them along the path as they walked into the forest, hoping to mark the way home again. But when they tried to follow the trail back, the birds had eaten all the crumbs. Now they were truly lost. After wandering for 2 days, tired and hungry, Hansel and Gretel saw a house made of gingerbread and candy. They began to eat little pieces when an old woman stepped out. "My dear children," she said kindly, come in, you must be hungry." But she was really a wicked witch who trapped children and ate them. She locked Hansel in a cage and made Gretel do all the work. Every day, the witch checked Hansel's finger to see if he was fat enough to eat. But clever Hansel held out a thin bone, and the witch couldn't tell the difference. At last, the witch grew angry and shouted, "Fat or thin, I will eat you tomorrow." The witch told Gretel to heat up the oven. When it was ready, she ordered, "Go inside and see if it's hot enough." Gretel pretended to be confused and said, "I don't know how to check it, dear witch. Could you show me?" When the witch leaned in, Gretel gave her a mighty push and slammed the oven door shut. The witch screamed, and that was the end of her. Gretel freed Hansel, and together they discovered a chest filled with gold and jewels. They filled their pockets and made their way through the forest. Finally, they saw their home in the distance. Their father ran to them with tears of joy. He hugged them tightly, never wanting to let go again. The stepmother stood nearby, ashamed and quiet. When she saw the children safe, she began to cry. "I'm so sorry, Hansel and Gretel," she said softly. "I was selfish and cruel. I'll never hurt you again." Hansel and Gretel looked at each other and forgave her. From that day on, they lived together in peace and never went hungry again. Moral, love, courage, and forgiveness can heal even the deepest wounds.